Hello there and welcome back to my YouTube channel. James here as ever for today's ACCA video all about how to become ACCA qualified. And what better place to find out about it than from someone who's ACCA qualified myself. If this is the first time you've visited my channel, my name is James. I'm an ACCA qualified member from the UK, and on my channel I help out ACCA students around the world with whatever queries you may have. And today is no different because every video is dedicated to one of my subscribers or followers wherever you are around the world. If you leave me a comment in the bottom of the video, I answer them, absolutely all of them, and I dedicate the videos to my loyal followers as well. And as I said, today is no different. So, Ray, I know you're out there. Thank you so much for the message. Today's video is dedicated to you, Ray. And as you can see, Ray's put down here, can you please create an infographic on how to start and finish ACCA, James, including all the things we should do and follow? Ray, do not panic yourself. I've got you covered, my friend, because today I'm going to just take you through all of the key things that you're going to have to complete to become ACCA qualified, along with my insights with this as well, on top of it, that are going to help you to become actually ACCA qualified to have those letters after your name. If this is the first time you visited my channel before, my name is James, as I said, and if you subscribe at the bottom, you get access to all of my free ACCA materials. And if you like the video, if you like the content, feel free to, as I said, like the video. That'd be sweet, so that more ACCA students can benefit from the free content and the actual community we're developing here as well, which is really sweet to see so many students passing their exams. What I'm also going to do for you, because I'm getting better at the editing now, all the free links and bits and bobs that we're going to go through in the video, I'm going to put up here, and all of it is going to be in the description below. So make sure you check out those links. It's all designed to help you out, so get a pen and paper at the ready. This is what I'd want to know if I was starting my ACCA journey again, and these are the points that are definitely going to help you out as well. So, before we get going on this as well, this is going to be a full review going through the three key main elements on there, and for an added bonus, I'll be showing and explaining, taking you through them as we said, so just little by little. And if you've got any queries, whatever it may be, as I said, just leave me a comment at the bottom. I'll answer them, all completely free, and yes, I hope it helps. That'll be the main thing. So if you're sat there watching this and you're an ACCA student or someone who's curious about being an accountant, or maybe you're already qualified and you're managing a team yourself and you want to maybe be kept up to date or understand the sort of tips and tricks to help out your colleagues, well, you're in the right place. So enjoy, sit back, get comfy, cup of tea, whatever makes best for you. Just so you're aware as well, to embarrass myself straight away, here is a photo of me receiving my certificate. It was a few years ago, it's all right, but yeah, that is the end goal. So this is the whole process I went through, and that is the end situation up there. So short and sweet, just to start off, so you can get it jotted down, the three main things that you need to do to become ACCA qualified and a fully qualified member are, first of all, to complete a maximum of 13 exams, and that's depending on your prior experience and qualifications as well. So that's one of the first key things. The second key thing is complete an ethics and professional skills module. So that's all done online through your actual My ACCA account. And then thirdly on there, evidencing 3 years of practical work experience within a relevant role. I'm going to go through all of those three key elements in more detail, and as the video follows through, what I'll do is at the bottom, if you want to skip through to any other bits, feel free to. I'll put the timings down there as well. So here is a great resource, first of all, to get the ball rolling, for some just sort of overall information, how to contact ACCA, and also from a financial point of view, I'll put the screenshot up here, the initial registration that if you're looking to become an ACCA student to start the whole process in the UK in 2021, that is £89. So all the details, that's the screen that you're looking for. The details will be at the bottom. So let's come on to the first main area then, and that is completing a maximum of 13 exams. So I know what you're thinking now, 13 exams, that sounds quite a lot. Well, if you've actually got any previous qualifications, these will actually allow you to gain potential exemptions, okay? So this is where you need to be checking out what is called the exemptions calculator, as you can see up here. basically what it means is you can register online with ACCA, you can put in your qualifications, and it's going to tell you at the end of it how many exemptions, so out of those 13 exams, how many of those you won't have to do because you've already got prior experience, you've already done those relevant exams in your previous education. Another good resource for this as well, especially if you're thinking about going to university, as some of the actual programs follow the exemptions as well, that they're programs that you may be on, accounting and finance, business and finance. You can use this calculator to put in that university on there. It could be University of Nottingham or Cambridge, whatever it may be on there. And you can pop in the course you're going to do, and it'll tell you how many exemptions you should be entitled to and that you may want to actually ask the university about as well. So really, really helpful tool that I wish I'd have known about as well beforehand. So that's from a sort of university education point of view, or you could go the other way, or if you're actually working now. So this is where you could get these 13 exams. Now I'm talking about if you've not gone to university or you've not got any exemptions, you're starting from the start now, you could try and get these 13 exams actually funded on an ACCA training contract with your work. So the way that works is you actually go to an employer, you'll be working for them, they'll put you on a study contract and they'll pay for all of your examinations and the full process for you to go through. We've already touched on the actual cost to get registered, and there's going to be other costs as we go through the video, so make sure you stay to the end because these are the little things that get overlooked and it can be a difference if you have to pay it or your employer has to pay it. Okay? So they are harder as they progress, the exams, as you would expect. You go through the applied level, then you go to strategic, then you go into your option papers. But the key thing that I highly recommend that you get written down, because it's all about perspective, is that it's a marathon, not a sprint. It's whatever is going to be fitting well to your schedule. Lots of people get into the sort of mindset of comparing themselves against their friends, their colleagues, whatever it may be. Everyone has different scenarios, different cases that they're going through. So just base it on you. It's all long term as well. It's not just going to happen overnight. There are going to be ups and downs, and hence one of the reasons for me starting my YouTube channel, to help ACCA students and members from around the world. So that's one of the main things that I really wanted to point out to you in this video. Next key thing to get jotted down, that there are actually time limits to pass the examinations. I know you're thinking, oh wow, I didn't know about that. I know, neither did I at one point in time, until it affected one of my colleagues. This is why one of the key things I wanted to get it in the video today, because you might know someone who this could affect. So if you know someone who's actually studying ACCA, make sure you share this video with them, because they can watch it through, take down their notes, and they can help someone out with this as well. So this is where it's coming up to what is called the 7-year rule. So this is where one of the main things is with the 7-year rule is when you have to complete your strategic papers. This is later on into the examinations on there. And what it means is that the option papers have to be completed within a 7-year window. So the strategic and the option papers within a 7-year window have to all be passed. So an example for this would be, just for you on here, would be, say if you completed SBL or SBR in December 2021, okay? That would mean that you've got until December 2028, okay, so that's 7 years on, to complete the other SBL or SBR exam, whichever one you did, plus your 2 option papers as well. And if you don't complete them, then you have, within that 7-year period, then you have to go back and redo them again, okay? So a really key point to actually mention there, get it jotted down. And I know what you're thinking there, but you go, oh, well, hang on, what does that actually mean for me? I mean, 7 years is a long time. Well, I know it is a long time, but there are other sort of ramifications and things to bear in mind, such as if you have children, for example, or we've had the COVID pandemic, which can leave big gaps in when you've actually been studying and then when you come back to it as well. So this is where another thing to be aware of with the exam process is there are other aspects to consider on there. So you can apply for what is known as extenuating circumstances, so such as having a baby or the pandemic or whatever it may be. But the main key thing is the ball is in your court to notify ACCA of this. If you're having any difficulties, just get in touch with the team. They're really, really helpful. They just need a record on your account. The responsibility is with you. But these are the other things out there that you really should be aware of. whatever part of the journey you are on, no matter how many exams you've gone down. There are other aspects as well, more specifically to consider. I'm saying this from a generic and also a UK point of view, that you may actually want to achieve your actual auditor or practicing certificates whilst you're actually going through your studies. So this is where if you want to stay in a particular sort of niche or sector, and if you're having certain levels of experience in that area. Now, this is a generic video for the whole process from start to finish, so if you are thinking about that, what I'll also do for you is as well, I'll put where you can find those resources up there with the link at the bottom. Please check it out, because you could be sort of 1 month or 2 months away from experience from achieving it or not. Okay, so really worth looking into. Check it out. It's all free on ACCA's website, and this is where it could really help the direction of your career going forward if you want to go down a particular route compared to another. It's definitely something that I would want to be aware of if I was in your situation on there. And finally, not to sound sort of cliche on this, okay, but it's actually not the destination that's the actual point of all this. It's not the sort of, yes, here's your ACCA certificate, marvellous James, absolutely fantastic, off we go. But it's the success of what it takes to become an ACCA member, and what it will do to shape you professionally over the course of all your exams as you go through them. So that's where it's all about the actual journey to go on. And I don't want to sound like a person who I have really those things in sort of frames with writing on it, but it genuinely is the stuff that I learned on my journey that I talk about on the channel. That's where I really find that helps students and ACCA members around the world, help them get through their exams, because I'm not someone who just passed everything with 90% and was a world best scorer in advanced audit. I actually failed advanced audit. So yes, it's just to put it into perspective for you that it's not all sunshine and rainbows. There are ups and downs as you go through, and hence the reason why I set up the channel, so that it can benefit you watching it and also your friends, your colleagues, whoever it may be. So if you've got any questions, like I said, feel free to ask. Just pop them in the comments below. I'm sure you've probably got some watching it through already. But that takes us through the first area and the main area of the channel, going through the 13 exams and then how it can benefit you. So now we've got to come on to the second area to get you through to ACCA qualification and to become a member, and that is the Ethics and Professional Skills module. And in a nutshell, it's about increasing an ACCA student's employability, demonstrating the necessary ethical behaviours and the actual guides that they teach you through the exam process. So in literally all of the modules, there will be an element of ethics involving in there. And then developing strategic, professional and also digital skills, because it's an online module, needs to help you actually succeed in your career. So really broadening your mindset, thinking strategically, and then actually considering, well, am I in the right industry that I'm looking at? Are there any new skills? What do I need to develop in myself? And how do I actually build on this to take myself forward as well? It's a really interesting sort of area, I would say. But one of the main questions I always get is, James, where is the information for all this? You know, I get told I have to do it online. Don't worry. Look up here. This is the one you're looking for, as you can see. So for more information, as ever, I put the link in the description below. It's directly on ACCA's website. I'd be going through this, reading it through, and then actually going through it one by one. It's really flexible as you go through. Break it down hour by hour, and it's definitely going to help you out. Now, one of the main things here is you've got to complete this after you've completed, I would recommend after completing your applied or foundation exams, so all the way up to the financial management paper, F9, FM. So once you've done all of those foundation or the applied skills level exams, then go on to do the ethics and professional skills module. So before you come on to starting your SBR or SBL or whichever option paper, make sure you do this online, because the ACCA statistics tell us that you're 25% more likely to pass your actual strategic papers if you've done the ethics and professional skills module, because they take some of the aspects from the module and then they apply it in the examination. So it's to your advantage to do the professional skills module, well, ethics and professional skills module, before your SBR, your SBL exams. Complete no-brainer if I'm in your shoes. If it's going to give me an advantage, I'm going to do it. That's it, because the exams are already tough enough. I think the strategic business reporting exam and the SPL exam, give or take, it's about a 50% pass rate. So 1 in 2 will pass on it, I'm afraid, and you want to be in that 1 in 2. The actual module, for anyone who is already qualified or you're thinking, how does it stay relevant, is continually being updated by ACCA to stay more relevant within the profession. So some of your senior colleagues and people like myself who have done it a few years ago, or even if you've done it last year or the 18 months, it probably won't be the same because it's continually being updated, it gets reviewed, you actually get more resources put on there, and then if there are any new updates that you need to be aware of, that's where you may go to your actual mentor and say, oh, in your workplace, say, oh yeah, can you help me with this? And say, oh, completely changed from what I've done. Well, don't panic, that's one of the benefits of doing it and why they make it so flexible as well. So you can achieve it around your commitments. So if you're very busy at work, you've got family, friends, you've got other commitments, whatever it may be, it's all going to link back to the workplace and the role and employability, and you can fit it in around your own time. It's a really core area that is definitely going to add value. The other key thing is, got to mention it as well for the video, is that you do actually have to pay for this in the UK. So to get it all submitted off, currently in 2021, it is £82 to submit and to be approved by ACCA. So another little cost that if you actually got that put into your contract or your study contract that your employer would pay for it, hey, it's another £82, but £82, as you know, is £82. Just saying, worth considering. And this is where it takes you through the process of, well, we didn't actually look at the cost of the examination. So if you would like me to do a breakdown video, at recording this, I've not done one to show you the full cost of to become ACCA qualified. So if you would like that video, feel free to leave it in the comments. Happy to do it as well. But that's the final little thing to remember for the ethics and professional skills module. So finally, we're going to come on to point 3 now. And point 3 is evidence of 3 years practical work experience within, and this is the fundamental thing to get down in your notes and when you're researching in different areas in your career, in a relevant role, okay? Relevant role. So the first thing that if you're going to a new employer, maybe you're coming out of university, maybe you're changing roles when you're studying, is to check to see if your new or potential employer is actually ACCA approved, or the actual role that you're going into is a relevant role, so that that experience, that work that you're going to be doing is going to qualify and going to tally up in that experience, because you need 3 years or 36 months to be all signed off. One of the first places, if you are maybe looking for a new role, or you're coming out of university, or maybe you're on an apprenticeship or a school leave or whatever it may be, I would highly, highly recommend that you check out the ACCA careers page at Payroll, ACCA jobs. It comes into different ones on there. If you're looking for a new role, really great resource. It doesn't matter where you're working in the world, you can actually filter it all out. It's going to show you the skills that you need to fill that role, and then also they're actually ACCA approved employers on there. So that actually gets you into that relevant role, and so you've got that experience being qualified. There's also on there free ACCA CV and cover letter tips orientated to accounting roles. So again, check it out up there. Free resource. It's designed to help you out to find that relevant role, to get you those 36 months of experience, and to get you to make those steps to become an ACCA qualified member. What you need to do is you need to actually keep a log, okay, of your experience, and what happens is that it gets signed off by your employer or a workplace mentor usually, and they're usually ACCA qualified as well. So one of the main things I'd highly, highly recommend is that you actually set this up as soon as you actually start working in that role. So one of the first things is that if your actual mentor who is there, you can actually register them on the online account, so you can get their name down on there. And also if a mentor is going to change when you're actually at your employer, well, it's already set up on the system and it just rolls forward month by month, and it will just tally up, and so you've already got the process on, versus having to go back and have maybe 18 months, 2 years signed off, because the worst thing could be you may leave an employer and not have that experience signed off, having to go back for whatever reason it may be. So that is a fundamental thing that I'd definitely be looking to. 1, make sure the employer is verified on there. 2, the experience that you're gaining is going to qualify for the 36 months. And then making sure you've got the right mentor in place and the actual logistics between ACCA and the employer to get it signed off are all ticked, and that is definitely going to help you out. Sounds easy, but you've got to get it all registered online, all through the actual processes. It's going to take time, but once it's set up, trust me, it just rolls forward, works very nicely. And then once you've got all of those 3 areas of criteria filled off, ticked off, so you've finished all the exams, you've done your ethics and professional skills module, you've got your 36 months on there, you actually have to submit your application for membership. So to do this, you actually go onto your My ACCA account. So log online to your usual account where you've booked your exams on there. And this is where you'd actually submit your application. And the first thing on here is that you'd have all those 3 areas ticked. But the other thing is that, again, referencing to the UK where I'm from, in 2021, there is a fee to pay for that. So it's £258 for your application for membership to go in. So again, if you're on a study contract, maybe your employer will pay for it. But again, £258 out of your money is £258, which is a lot of money. That could be a little weekend away or a holiday. So yes, but that is the final little tick box, because then at the end of that payment going through, you press the submit button, and then easy peasy, right? You know, woof, filled the 3 criteria, made the payment, and then the submission goes off to ACCA, and then I'm afraid it is fingers crossed, because they'll check your records, they'll check your employer, they'll check your exams, and then you've also got to check that you've complied with all the ACCA codes of ethics. So hopefully you've not brought anything untoward to the professional body. I've got to mention it because things happen in the world, and it's a case of once it's all confirmed, which it should hopefully be, you'll get an email back, and then you'll get a nice little congratulations on there, what to do, and a nice little, yeah, pass, cool, all good. And as you saw from my photo at the start of the video, probably a few months after that, you'll then get your certificate in the actual post as well, which I did. And yeah, it's a really nice day, because you think, oh, all those late nights, all those early starts, all those sleepless nights before the exams, they were worth it. But that takes you through all the process, how to become a qualified ACCA member, and with a bit of my insights and experience on there, plus a few little things that some people just get a bit overlooked, but I always find to hear it from the actual mouth of a qualified member, plus you've got all the resources online, that should definitely help you out. And if you have liked today's video and you found it helpful, make sure you share it with someone who you know will benefit as well, so they get access to all my free resources. But as I said, if you have found it helpful, make sure you do give the video a massive like at the bottom. There'll be the thumbs up down there. It really helps the YouTube algorithm, so that more ACCA students, wherever they're based around the world, can see the free videos. It's really nice. And if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you get access to all of my free resources. I do videos on all of the different exams, all from my experience on there. And if you've got any other requests on there, feel free to just leave me a comment. I answer them all, whether it's about jobs, or if it's about a specific exam, or if you want a specific video doing, more than happy to help. It all comes live from my little office. It's all great on here. What I have done for you as well, just at the end here, because if you've got to this end of the video, I really appreciate it, so I'm going to give you a treat on here. I've left you 2 videos at the end here that they're going to be recommendations going away from this that are definitely going to help you out on there. But finally, no matter what stage you're at in your ACCA journey, whether you're literally just starting out, partway through, or you're qualified, you know, I just want to wish you all the best of luck on your accounting journey. I hope my videos help you out, along with my experience, and if there's anything else I can do to help you out, just keep me posted. Well, best of luck if you've got any ACCA exam coming up, but as always on that bombshell, I'll see you next time. Cheers!